Cracking down on Kareem's record. We talked about the fighting. A couple of things. We got Super Bowl predictions, which I know that we haven't dropped the pod for that, but me, Mario, and our buddy Ryan did early playoff, which I think I'm right. By the way,
You said
I said the Chiefs and the Eagles. If it wasn't the Chiefs and the Vikings, and I said the Chiefs and the Vikings was a homer one.
Yeah,
And both of you guys had the Bills, so I think I might have got you guys on that one.
I thought I said Bengals.
You might
I thought I
even said
I thought I
Bengals.
said Bengals Niners.
You might have even said Bengals, but I know for a fact Rye said
Bills.
Bills.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys were pretty high on the Bills. So yeah, I think I might have been the only ones having the Chiefs go.
Well,
We'll see how they go. So who do you think is going to win out of the two of them?
me on my squares. Just kidding. I'm not doing squares. They're illegal. But me on my squares. Disclaimer. If I was doing squares, I hope me on the squares when I hit it. Which I'll have to which, by the way, are we doing something for the Super Bowl?
We need to come up. Yeah, which we have minimal time, but we definitely need to.
Okay,
coordinate
so
something.
my prediction is Chiefs. And you're going to think I'm crazy for this, but I think it's going to be like 41-38. I think it's going to be a ridiculously high-scoring game.
41-38.
Yes.
Bro, and I'm over here thinking it's gonna be a low-scoring game.
You called it. You called the Chiefs-Bengals game.
I did call the Chiefs.
He was like, it's going to be low-scoring, and then it was.
"Oh my goodness, I'm sorry."
I just, for some reason, have a feeling that they're just going to be – it's going to be just offensive, like, and then going to be a couple defensive plays that change the game. But, like,
Man.
I don't know why 41-38 just kind of sticks out of my head.
41-38. You need to put it on the books. So I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game. So a few things with it. If the Eagles are able to touch Mahomes,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be the Eagles are winning. And the reason why I say that is look at what they did to Purdy. Look at what they did to Purdy's backup. And Mahomes isn't 100.
Right.
And so if they get to Mahomes early, I think it's going to be an Eagles runaway. It's going to be another Buccaneers game where poor Pat Mahomes is like diving for his life,
Right.
throwing these dime piece passes and still having some shenanigans, which, yeah, poor Mahomes and that Bucs loss. But if they aren't able to get to him, I think Chiefs win.
Yeah.
But if they get to him, the reason and that's such a wish-washy thing. I would like the Chiefs to win. I have them winning, with the assumption that Mahomes doesn't get injured in the game.
Yeah.
If he gets injured, they have no shot.
So the reason why, and I'm actually, here's the thing. Andy Reid is the best off a bye, and if you think about it, every year the playoffs are technically off a bye week, right? He is the best coach I've ever seen off a bye because he schemes so well for the other team, unless he can blow up his scheme, and the way that you do that is with pass rush. So the Eagles could do that.
And
the only reason I don't think it'll be the same as the Bucs, though, is because the Chiefs had lost a few linemen.
Dude, they lost 2 linemen because of COVID precautions.
Yeah.
Like just the most. I was like,
One of them had
we
tore his
haven't
ACL
already
too.
if
that year.
well, I think they lost, but then they lost one because of that, and then they lost 2 starters.
Right, but that's
because
what I'm
of
saying. Like
COVID.
their line was decimated.
Which
so they
you
were
called that.
Yeah,
You
I
know
did. I
that.
literally told you.
You called that. You and Riley were talking about it, and you said, "No, man, he lost 2 linemen because of COVID. That's gonna be a huge thing." And I was like,
I didn't even hesitate. I was like, dude, I'd taken the Bucs all day. I was
No,
like, they're
you
gonna
called
smack
that
him,
so-
and then they
you
did.
called
They
that
beat the shit out of him.
they schmiggity smacked them. Dude.
But I think this will be a different story because I think the Chiefs are trying to make up for what happened last time. And you've seen teams when they get a second chance, they usually don't pass up on it. Like a good example is not Seattle, is Denver actually.
Ooh, good luck.
Let's see if LeBron can get this before half.
Let's go, LeBron. Shoot it, dude. No, didn't get it off.
So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. But
Yeah. So you're thinking, who are you still going with?
Chiefs,
Chiefs. Okay. I have
Chiefs,
too.
and my MVP is actually gonna be Travis Kelce.
Damn, Travis Kelce.
Yeah, because I think he's gonna just have one of those games where he's like he's gonna show like I'm the reason.
He's the GOAT.
Well,
I
so
think
Patrick Mahomes is that dude. I have no doubt about Patrick Mahomes, but Travis Kelce bails him out so much. Travis Kelce is probably, I think, the best player in NFL right now.
Best player, not even just like.
Yeah, because if you think about how smart he is and how well he knows the game and how his ability to manipulate defense, dude. Okay, watch. Okay, I'm telling you.
Okay. No, the reason why I say that is I have Pat Mahomes as the best player. So
which I wouldn't be mad about that either.
So, but it's maybe the tandem, and it's maybe the tandem. But I will tell you that when Tyreek was there, it was Tyreek and Mahomes, and then Kelsey was the bailout, which was there every single play.
I guess I just feel that way about Kelsey because I don't think tight ends get the love that they deserve.
He doesn't. I think he's literally the GOAT tight end.
He's on track. Him and Gronk.
I think Gronk has it right now.
Yeah.
Gronk has it because of the Super Bowls. Otherwise, I think Tony Gonzalez would have had like a legit thing, but Tony never got one. So I think Gronk has it. But if they win, I have like him very close. I have Kelsey very close to that. How many Super Bowls does Gronk have?
4.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just saying, we'll see, because I think the difference in the game is who can make adjustments, right? That's football, and
yeah,
it's always like, okay, well, can you make adjustments for whatever they're scheming? And the thing with Kelsey is he's so good because he's coming from a mind of a quarterback,
which is so cool.
He understands.
I didn't appreciate it until recently when I was doing some like deep dives and I watched their podcast, the New Heights, and I'm like, this guy is super. It's pretty interesting.
Edelman's a great example of that. Julian Edelman used to be a quarterback too. I think it was Eastern. I don't remember.
They have just great understanding.
It's just the understanding of knowing like they're playing zone, sit right in the middle of the zone, and that takes a lot of coordination and trust with your quarterback too, to like not expect you to keep running the route. But that's why Patrick Mahomes is who he is, because you have to be able to make that decision of like, am I going to continue to run the play, or am I going to like understand the coverage and be like, make adjustments? And that's where you see the separation from good to great, is those guys that are just like, no, the coverage is set up different for what we're running. Okay, I know the guy needs to sit here. You see Aaron Rodgers get frustrated with that all the time with his new guys, because they don't just sit in the gap, and he gets mad at them, and he's just like, come back. So it's going to be interesting, but I would not be surprised if Travis Kelce won MVP.
If he goes off, they might. The only reason why I don't is because I think that Pat Mahomes is the NFL poster boy right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
I could see, even if they have even if like he has an outrageous game, I could see them like not giving it to him.
And who knows? Eagles, obviously they're a very good team. Frustrates me because they're our rivals. But you know what? If Jalen Hurts, I would actually be super happy for Jalen Hurts because of all the shit that he took.
Bro,
and his story is pretty remarkable, and I appreciate that.
We've talked about that multiple times in person, but like what happened at Alabama, him losing his starting position in literally the national championship game, and then coming back and still being an absolute phenomenal starter at Oklahoma, to then getting drafted and people thinking like, well, why'd you even take him? He's just another
when they had Carson Wentz. And then for him to, I'm rooting for him, and so I'm not mad if they win. And but I would love Pat to get another one, because I don't want Pat Mahomes to be on the trajectory of Rodgers, where you just have these great regular seasons, but then don't have good postseason. The difference, though, already from Pat and Rodgers is that I think Pat is already a better postseason quarterback than Rodgers. I think Rodgers has had and multiple MVP seasons, and then just hasn't delivered in the playoffs. Yeah, he has some bad luck sometimes in the playoffs, though. Like that the game at Seattle when his dude missed the onside kick, they should have won that game. Seattle goes on the Super Bowl that year.
Oh yeah.
So there's been some things that have happened.
But they've run into the 49ers 3 times and have gotten schmiggity schmack.
Yeah.
They ran into old Kaepernick when he was in full Superman mode. he was like an absolute monster.
I will say I don't disagree with you. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is kind of under-delivered in the playoffs. But if you can give him a defense, that man will take you places, because he makes it happen. That's why
does. I do feel for him, because I don't think he's had a lot of help offensively. He's had Devontae. He had Devontae for a while, but other than that, and then he always has one decent receiver. The one time when he had Jordy Nelson, and then he
Randall Cobb.
Yeah, he had a decent receiving core there for a little bit, and then they just didn't deliver again, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm curious to see how. Do you think he's gonna stay?
Hell no! I think he's gone.
Where do you think he's going, bro? We talked about this, but if he goes to Dallas, You guys are a legit Super Bowl contending
I have
team.
this weird conspiracy theory that the reason they're trying to extend Dak is so they can trade him to Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers.
I would do it in a heartbeat
Because
if I was you guys.
why would you want to take that deal when you know Dak's going to be at the end of a contract, right?
Is this Dak's last year?
No, he's got like 2 years left, I think.
Doesn't Rodgers have 2 years left?
No, he's a free agent after next year.
Oh.
So that's why they're trying to trade him now.
Okay.
So my thing is like if you can get Dak on an extension for cheap or whatever, you try to sign him early, and then it makes it easier to trade him because whatever team gets him knows that they have him locked up for.
Bro.
That's why I think like Jerry Jones and them are blowing smoke up his ass, saying like, "Oh yeah, we could see 10 more years of Dak." Well, I'm telling you,
the problem with Jerry though,
sometimes he means it.
he means it. I don't think like he kept Garrett, your guys' former head coach, for too long, and I think you guys should have gone for Sean Payton. Like, to be honest with you, if I'm Sean Payton, I also wouldn't go because Jerry Jones is there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't know if Jerry Jones is gonna be alive for the next time we win a Super Bowl. Like,
bro, well, I don't think. Okay, so not saying it like that, but I don't think you guys will win until he takes the hand off the wheel. I literally think until he's no longer so seriously involved with your guys' decisions. I don't foresee that happening.
I just think he needs to allow people to be who he hires them to be.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard when you feel like the reason you've won before in the past is because you had so much of a say. It's hard. It's hard to have an ego check. And when you're that wealthy and that you're that powerful, and you have had success doing it your way, who's going to tell you no, right? He does have 3 championships doing it his way.
But they've been 30 years.
30 years almost.
When was your guys' last 94 or 95?
95.
Yeah, it's almost 28 years.
So I understand. It's just one of those things where it's like you tell him no.
Oh well, he's a multi-million, possible billionaire or whatever. So for sure probably billionaire. So I understand it, but it's unfortunate because I don't think that's gonna come until he lets some of his people that are experts be experts.
Yeah, I agree. It's just a sad reality of like. You could do this, right? You could say, you know what? I know I'm kind of getting to the end of my life. I want this to happen. Let me let someone else take it over and see what we could do. We'll go all in. And he was even saying the other day, he's like, I have a hard time like wanting to bargain my future to go all in for 1 year. And
which
like,
is understandable.
Which is understandable, but it's also like, Jerry, you don't got many years left, my guy. Like I don't mean to be like just being realistic.
I think you gotta you gotta gamble. What So is the deal that they're gonna re-sign Rodgers and then ship him, or is it that you're saying that they're trying to reconfigure?
I think they're gonna trade him just in general in the offseason.
Bro, if I'm you guys, I'd go get him. And
so I heard the Raiders are super interested in him, which makes a lot of sense, especially with Devontae Adams.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like for the Carr trade.